Got to mute I forgot to put do not disturb on. So glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. I am Kelly Pitts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Lubbock, Texas, and glad to have you aboard as part of the Create with Kelly crew. We are once again doing a Halloween card. This is the fourth of my series of 4 Halloween cards that I did for an in-person class here in Lubbock, and I also did it as a class to go. So I'm making sure all my class to go people have a video to watch so everybody has instructions, and I'm happy for you to join in whether you're watching it live right now or if you're watching the replay. Welcome, welcome. I'm excited to have you. I have a blog at createwithkelly.com that'll give you some tips and tricks and post photos and measurements and all that kind of thing. If you're interested in more details, you just have to give me some time, a little bit of time. I'm still learning all the technical things, but I did want to let you know we do have an announcement that's coming up. Let me see if I can do this. And yes, tomorrow is October 4th, and we do have free shipping tomorrow from Stampin' Up! On any order $75 or more. So that's exciting news. That's always a fun time to buy. So get your wish list ready today and place your order tomorrow. And I would really appreciate it if you'd use my host code there, that's at the bottom right of the screen. If you'll use that, if your order is under 150, that really helps me out a lot to be able to bring you these free videos. And if your order is over 150, then you'll use your own, you'll gain your own hostess rewards. Or you could consider just joining my team because that's only $99. And starting October 4th, they're doing a special where you get even more of a deal. You get lots more products if you join my team. So we'd love to have you. We'd love to chat about that if you're interested. But right now we're going to get going on this Halloween card. I love it. And it is a really fun wow card. So I will turn the screen over here and show you this card. Switcheroo. There we go. Halloween happiness. How awesome is this? I love bright colors. If you've ever been to any of my classes, you know how much I enjoy bright colors. So I love incorporating the Halloween into or the bright colors into Halloween, however you want to look at it. Now I want to show you the wow part. This is why I call it Hallow-WOW-Ween, is because of the fun fold. Look at that. How awesome is that? Is that fun or what? Look at that. Please let me know if you tune in and you're live and you make a comment. I can only see your name and photo if you've given StreamYard and Facebook and all that permission to share that. So I'd love to have comments if you do pop on. Otherwise, this is going to be a pretty quick little video to show you how to make this card. And I have most of the supplies already ready and cut and scored and everything. We're going to be using the Bewitching bundle, which is in the mini catalog, the holiday catalog. It's called the Stampin' Up's mini catalog for July through December 2022. Trying to get it where you don't have a glare. But it has Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving and fall and Halloween. So that's what we're using today is the Bewitching bundle, which is number 159855 is the stamp set. If you want the bundle, which I would recommend, if you're going to do this, you're going to want to punch that hat out. It's so cute. The hat and the hat bands and the stars punch out separately with the Witch Hat Builder Punch. And the bundle saves you 10% when you order it with both of them together. And that is number 159857. And it's only $34 for the bundle with the Witch Hat Builder Punch and the stamp set. So we're going to be using both of those today. If you have any questions, just holler or put them in the comments. Would love to see those. All right, here's the Witch Hat bundle. And like I said, I've already punched most of these out, but I am going to show you how everything works. I am using a black piece of cardstock that I have already run through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I use the timber background folder, which is a kind of a wood grain, but I think it makes a great background for this, and it coordinates really well with the Celebrate Everything wood grain paper here, the black and white paper. So if you're interested in this timber embossing folder, that number is 156406. 156406, and it's a 3D embossing folder. And I ran it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with the folder on this side, and then I ran it again with it on that side. So that was easy peasy. Now we're going to go ahead and glue the parts that we can. I like to layer everything and make sure I am not gluing something before, and then find out later I was supposed to put ribbon or something like that. I try to always concentrate and pay attention to that kind of thing. So I call it layering. We're going to try the stamping seal here. No, I think I'm going to use my regular liquid glue. I changed my mind. I'm going to use the liquid glue, and then y'all can use seal if you want, or liquid glue, whatever you prefer. We're just going to glue this on the front. And I like to use my little silicone mat here so that if I get glue off onto something, I get it on something that wipes right up. I think I'm going to move that over just a tad, which is why I like liquid glue, because it's easy to do that. Okay, there we go. We have that one. And the cardstock is cut 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And so this would be 5 1/2 by probably 1 1/2. Yes, 1 1/2. 1 1/2 strip by 5 1/2. And then we're going to take the inside strip, and I'll show you a little trick for it. Oops, sorry, bumped the table, which bumped the camera. Apologize. I'll show you one way to do this. The way I like to do it is it's already scored in half at 5 1/2, and then half of that is 2 3/4. So it's scored at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and then 2 3/4 from the other end also. So we're going to match this up. I've glued just the top part. We're going to match it up from where we put that on the front, and you can do either one first. You can do the long one first or the short one first. And we see that, yes, indeed, this should work. It spreads out all the way. That should work if we get it on there straight. So we're going to fold this back up, make sure we've got this on here straight. Seemed like we were a little off. So we're going to put the glue on here on this back side, and then we will fold this over. And now we have it glued to the bottom. And we have a wonderful guest here today. Diane.
Hello.
Just came in. Let's move this where you can see us both here. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. Let's see.
There you are.
There we are.
Hello.
Diane's come by to pick up some goodies, and she wanted to watch me a little bit on a video.
How about that?
Yeah.
I love this card. That's so cute.
I think it's a lot of fun. I've made this right a lot of times. Y'all call me the y'all say it's the Kelly fold, because there are some things that I've done it with dragonflies, and I've done it with
Butterflies.
Yes, I have.
And Christmas, we did
Christmas. Yeah, we've done a lot of different ones with this fold. So
that's fun.
I will let Diane hang on just a sec, and I've got your stuff, Diane, right? I've got the sample right there, and the other stuff is out in the box. Yes. So part of it's already glued, and you've got that.
Go ahead and finish
that
your
right
video.
there. But you can have a seat and look at that, or whatever you want. And there's a box right there if you want to get out I found some vellum adhesive online. Okay, excuse me, peeps, but this is kind of the way it is around here. We have a lot of fun. All right, we're going to use our Fabulous Frames dies, which is right here. This is the oval that I used. and it is number 159163. And I used the oval die and cut out the frames, and it cut the little oval out, which I'm going to use on another card. And I thought I had some regular old scissors in here, Diane. I don't. Okay. So we have this and this, and through the magic of video and planning ahead, which is not really my forte, but I did it this time. I have hopefully all the colors that I need cut out, and I'm going to show you. We're going to go ahead and attach those because it's possible to do that before we do any other steps. That way we get part of it done at least before we get into any hard stuff. And I just kind of put these at an angle on the front, and I did pay attention to the certain colors. I kind of thought these looked like neon lights a little bit, so I had that reflecting into the white circle there. And so the white circle matches up. In other words, that quarter of that circle matches up with the quarter with the die cut oval. And we're just overlapping those. You can just kind of randomly put those on however you want. And kind of doing them all, trying to make them a little bit different angles. You can have a seat, yeah. Here we are. Okay, and I would recommend trying this. I had already done it before, so I knew kind of how to do that without dry fitting it first. But you would want to kind of lay everything out the way you think you're going to do it before you actually start gluing. And then we're going to have our little white circle here that we're going to pop up. And I'm going to show you how to do this real quickly with the blending brush. And we're going to go ahead and do the inside since we can glue those. And I alternated the colors again on this. And you have to pay attention again on this, the top part and the bottom part, you're going to glue. You can glue the whole ovals all the way down. But in the middle, you have to really pay attention and only glue where the black and white paper is. Whoops, let's see. We're going to glue this underneath that, I think. Stick that under there. That's why you like liquid glue. It's got a little more forgiveness, a little more wiggle room. And I'm going to show you how to do the hats in just a minute. We'll glue the orange one down. And these colors are, I haven't seen anybody come on yet. So with the comments, whoops, do as I say. I mean, do as I say, not as I do there. I put a little glue on this part that we need to get off. I've got a little wet wipe here just in case I do that. It happens. Okay, now we're only going to glue this part of the oval. Just kind of this bottom part that's going to stick up over here. You got to make sure everything is going to fold properly. So we're still doing okay on that. Now we're going to grab our other color. This is crushed curry. So we've got Granny Apple Green, crushed curry, gorgeous grape, and pumpkin pie. Kelly, you did it again. Do y'all all talk to yourself like I do? I know my customers and Create with Kelly crew people are used to me doing that, but some of y'all who don't watch my videos often don't realize that how much I talk to myself. But now I have an excuse because Diane's in the room. I can pretend I was talking to her. Hope y'all are having a good week this week. It's been a busy one already here. We had a really good, I know some of you saw the post on our Create with Kelly crew page that we're working on Feed Seniors Now. And it was a big success for Love It Meals on Wheels. We collected 10,000 pounds plus of food on Saturday, collecting at the Walmarts. We had 5 different Walmarts, had crews there of volunteers that did shifts in 2-hour shifts. Some of them did more, but it was a minimum of 2-hour shifts. And we collected a lot of food that will go into the Feed Seniors Now weekend meal bags for Love It Meals on Wheels. We have grown that program. In 12 years, we've gone from 50 bags each Friday to 500 bags each Friday, and we have a waiting list for that. So it's been amazing. Diane was a helper there, and Judy Walton, that's one of our Create with Kelly crew members, worked it, and so did Lisa Carson from Comfort Keepers. I was working with Lisa at Comfort Keepers when we started this program, so that's exciting. I think I'm going to go ahead and put our cute little hats on. I'm going to show you in a moment how to do that with Memento ink, and then we're going to use watercolor pencils and blender pens to make these. But since we've got the card open and ready, I think I'm just going to go ahead and stick them on there, because most of y'all are probably experienced stampers. The ones who bought this kit are anyway. So I'm dimensionaling this. Is that a word? Dimensionaling. And I'm going to pay attention to which color hat band goes on which set of colors. You may not care, but I kind of did it intentionally. So I'm going to try to repeat the pattern here. Got the hat here. I'm kind of doing these again at a different angle, kind of where they overlap the circle, but they're not exactly on the circle. There we go. So we have a little bit of that peeking through. We're going to go with green next. So I'm kind of doing it in a backwards order, but I think it'll be, y'all will get it as soon as I show you how to do the Memento ink on the Stamparatus. You'll have it down. So again, make sure you're not interfering with any of the folds. It's got to have, each section has to have their own hat on there properly. And I thought I would be finished with this video by the time Diane got here, but it always takes longer to prep than you think it will. Okay, so that's the inside ones. And then on the outside, I am going to go ahead and put this, and then I'm going to show you how to do that one also. But just to get this part done. Since I have it ready, we're going to do that. And the Halloween happiness on this set came from the Scary Cute bundle. And thank goodness one of my customers, Susan Little, loaned me that set. I didn't get both of the Halloween sets this year. I just got the Bewitching one. And then it turned out I needed this because I didn't have Halloween greetings that were not retired. And I hated to show y'all those that were retired. But you could use any Halloween set you have. Like if y'all subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, you would be able to just use one of those greetings, one of those Halloween greetings, and that would be great. You can use anything you want. But if you want these cute little hats, you're going to have to get the Bewitching bundle. And it is a lot of fun. Tomorrow would be a great day to get that ordered, as long as it is still orderable. This set has been so popular, it's kind of gone not orderable several times when they run out of stock and they replenish. So there is our card. I'm going to show you the steps really quickly of how to ink up the little circle. This came from Stylish Shapes. And all you do is grab your blending brushes, and these are wonderful, the Stampin' Up! Blending brushes. They're filled with little bristles. It looks almost like it's just it's like it almost looks like a sponge. Didn't you think, Diane?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like using these?
I do like using those.
They've been a lot of fun to play with. Okay, we'll get some yucky scratch paper here, and I'll just show you really quickly. I recommend grabbing your inks and doing it one at a time if you can. Grab one brush, tap on your ink pad. Always, always, always tap off on some scratch paper. And then, like I said, I'm trying to pay attention to which quarter these are in. So this is in the top left quadrant, we'll call it. Do you have a quadrant on a circle? I guess you do. I don't know what else you'd call that. But that's it. So we've got our green on. If you want to go a little darker, just do it again. But always tap off onto your paper and then come in from the side if it's at all possible. And then kind of smoothly make the transition there. Then you'd switch to your next color and move this brush out of the way so you don't grab the wrong one. That way you don't make a mess. You can go off the page again. And I probably would, if I wasn't on camera and had somebody waiting for me here, I would probably have started with the crushed curry. And normally I start with the very lightest color. But that's the way it is. You get it. You just go on each little quadrant, do your blending brush, and it doesn't take any time at all. We'll come over here with pumpkin pie. Whoops. Nope. We're going to go over there with the grape. Picked up a different one. We're going this way. So just come around your circle and just make sure where you're stamping, you want to do it slowly and not rush it so you don't mix your colors, because if you get too much purple in the orange, it is going to turn, or too much purple in the yellow, it is going to turn brown, which you don't, not really the preferred Halloween color. Make sure you grab the right brush. The pumpkin pie goes in this quadrant. And of course, I don't have a perfect circle because we're kind of doing it quickly. I don't want to keep y'all all day, but you might want to blend those together a little bit more. And that's all you do with those. So you'll take that, and I'd let it dry just a little bit to make sure it's not going to smear when you stamp whatever greeting you want to stamp on it. And that's all there is to that. Then the only other thing we like is I wanted to show you the Memento ink on the Stamparatus. I've already got it set up here. And what I recommend is, let me go ahead and make this full screen so you can see a little bit more. Okay, we're going to use our Stampin' Pierce mat. And you always want to use either your Stampin' Pierce mat or a stamp case or something over here to make sure you have plenty of resistance against this. You don't want to try to hold it and push against it. That's not good for your plates, and it may get out of whack here. This is just the perfect way to do it, just like you were stamping with a regular stamp and a block. But we are using the Stamparatus for this Memento ink. And what I've done is already set the template up over here. I've punched it out with the little punch that I showed you earlier. You just stick it in the little slot there. Make sure you've got your Memento ink evenly covered on here. We're probably going to do it twice because we really want it black, black, black. And put it on here. What do y'all think of my spider rings? Woohoo! How fun. These I don't normally wear. It's just for the Halloween video in case some of you don't know me out there in video land. I don't normally wear the spider rings, but I thought that'd be fun for today. So that's not quite dark enough for what I like. So we're going to darken it up right here. Ink it up one more time. And then that's the beauty of the Stamparatus, is that you can go right back in the same place and do it again. Just use some pressure, let it have time to soak into, have the ink soak into the paper really well. Then pull that up again. And if it gets on here like that, it's no big deal. I recommend trying to just flip it off quickly instead of trying to drag it off. And you'll have a better result most of the time. There we go. So there's our cute little hat. And then you'll just clean this off with your Stampin' Scrub or your Stampin' Chamois. And all you do is use our little watercolor pencils. I'll just show you one of those for instance. And I use I'd let this dry a little bit more if I were you, just to make sure you're not smearing it, but just to show you on air here, we'll go ahead and just pick a color. And I kind of did a variety of colors. I just did about 3 in each color. And these are our watercolor pencils. I believe I've shown you these in several videos lately. We've really been using them a lot. Haven't we, Diane? Do you like using these?
I just bought them.
Oh, good.
I ordered them yesterday.
Yay. Well, we have been using them in a lot of classes, so I'm not surprised you ordered them. It's a good thing to have, and it's a good way to build up your stash of Stampin' Up! Supplies. If you don't have a lot of colors of ink pads yet, this is a great way to do that, to get a lot of colors. So you kind of get a lot more bang for your buck when you're starting out if you do something like this. And we are using, again, the crushed, this is the Gorgeous Grape, and we just use the Granny Apple Green. And we're going to use the Pumpkin Pie. And I'm just using, I used kind of a multicolor hat band on this one, on the front. And then on the inside, I chose each hat band as a separate color, is the way I decided to do that. Let's see what else we like here. The purple. And then we're going to be done. See, y'all thought this was going to be way complicated. It's not that hard, and it gives a big wow. People are amazed that you made that by hand. And love getting these. Diane is really good about making Halloween treats and Thanksgiving and all that for her customers and co-workers, and it just makes such a difference when you hand make something. People really appreciate it more. Okay, those are our watercolor pencils. In case you haven't seen them, I'll show you one more time. There's 2 different sets of watercolor pencils. The original set, assortment 1, has 13 in it, and it's about $16 or so. And then the second set, assortment, is 10 pencils, and it's around 13 or so.
I think it's 12 or 13.
12 or 13,
yeah.
Something like that. So, and they don't duplicate colors. So it's really great to have both sets. And then you have lots of the Stampin' Up! Colors that you can play with. And you'll just use a blender brush like this one. And I'll start with the lighter color. You just go over it really quickly with I do the yellow, and then you can tell that I'm wiping that color off. You just wait till it gets clear again. And this has glycerin in it. It comes in a set of 3 of these blender pens, and they're dual ended, and they're both the same. We don't have one size end on one side like we do on the Stampin' Blends. It's just, they're both the same. You can use either one for any project you're working on. Just always make sure to clean it before you go to the next color. There we go. I don't think I did that on the hat band with the other colors, so we're going to do that real quickly, and we will call it a day. This is the last one, Pumpkin Pie. So that's how you do the simple little hats. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, we will switch the camera back around. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate you. And if you have any questions about this technique, or if you want to make these shiny also, you can go back with Wink of Stella. That's always a fun. Using our glitter brush is always fun. Let's see if we can get us both in here. Get Diane back in. She can pull up and say hi and tell you. We'll just go my camera solo.
I'm here.
There we go. You can get on. Here we go. Let's get that where
I'm on the wrong side.
there
Okay.
we go. All right, thanks. You want to hold one up and I'll hold one up?
Yeah, these are cute.
There we go. I'll hold. Whoops. It's hard to remember exactly
I
what
know.
side.
Those are so cute.
Let me move this up so we can see Diane's. Wonderful. There we go. She's not covered up by a banner now. But thanks whoever is tuned in. I appreciate y'all watching it live, and I appreciate it if you watch the replays. And y'all please share and subscribe to my blog at createwithkelly.com, and my Create with Kelly Pitts is my YouTube channel. So you too can be a Create with Kelly crew member like Diane.
That's right.
We'd love to have you. All right, we will sign off for today. Thanks a lot for coming. We've got a lot of fun times ahead. Remember, free shipping tomorrow with Stampin' Up! On orders $75 or more. Thanks again for tuning in. Bye-bye.